Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, then welcome. I would love if you guys subscribed, but today I'm doing another makeup tutorial. I just really enjoyed my first makeup tutorial, and if you guys haven't seen that, I will leave it below and also link it up here. I put up a little poll on Instagram and you guys wanted to see a fall makeup look. So this one is inspired by Patrick Ta. I follow him on Instagram and I saw him do kind of like a simple eye and a dark lip, and I really liked it. I kind of glammed it up a little bit just because it was a little too natural for me, but I mostly focused on having like glowy, flawless skin. I did a simple eye, but it was a little bit darker than his, and the lip, I wanted to do more of like a burgundy, but it turned out to be a plum. I kind of explained that at the end of the video, but I still think that the look came together. I hope you guys like it, and my hair is not cooperating today. It's like been thrown around this entire video, and I was getting like hot flashes. I don't know why, because it's pretty cold outside, but in my room with all the lights and stuff, it was just making me really hot. But before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you so much for your continuous support and all the love that you guys gave me on my first makeup tutorial. I was really nervous to do a makeup tutorial because I never really do them and I haven't done one in so long. But you guys really liked it, and you guys gave me the sweetest comments I've ever gotten. So thank you so much, and I appreciate all your guys' love. I've gained so many subscribers since that video and it's incredible. I love sharing my life with you guys, and this is my passion, so I love that you guys enjoy the videos. So yeah, again, thank you so much, and without further ado, let's get into the video. The first thing I like to do is apply my foundation, and this is the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. I talked about this in my last makeup tutorial, but these are my favorite, and I like to mix two shades and I apply it with my damp beauty blender. Then for my brows, I did them off camera, but I used the Revolution Dark Brown Pomade. Then I'm taking my Tarte Shape Tape and I use this for my eyelids just as a primer. I blend it in with my beauty blender, and then I also set it with the Laura Mercier powder just so it isn't all sticky and stuff when I apply my eyeshadows. Then for eyeshadow, I'm using the Dream Street palette. Again, this is like one of my favorite palettes, and that transition color is my favorite, so I just apply that in the crease. Then I'm taking this e.l.f. Modern Metals palette, and I'm taking this creamy gold color. I love this type of color, and I just wanted something simple for the lid color, not too shimmery, not too bright. So I used this, and you could honestly use this eyeshadow palette for the entire look, but I just love that ColourPop color. Then I'm taking the transition color from this palette just because I felt like my eyes were a little too orangey, so I used this to kind of neutralize it. Then for mascara, I'm using the L'Oreal Telescopic as always, and I'm just going to put a coat on because I'm going to wear fake lashes. You could totally wear just mascara for this look, but I always wear fake lashes just because my natural ones are really short. For lashes, I'm using the KMYNX B30, one of my favorites. Then I'm taking my Tarte Shape Tape again and using that under my eyes. I use the shade Light Medium, which is the best shade, and I'm blending it out with my beauty blender. Again, it is damp. It's the same one I used for my foundation. One of my favorite parts of makeup is a flawless, bright under eye, so I really focus on that, and it just makes the biggest difference. As you guys can see right now, it just looks so much better. I want to try another concealer, but I don't have under eye circles. I just want something that's bright and doesn't get cakey. But I'm then setting it with my Laura Mercier translucent powder, my favorite powder, and I like to take a little brush to set it first, just a really thin layer. And then I go in and I bake just for a little bit. I don't like to bake for too long. Then I'm taking my Bare Minerals Bare Pro powder and setting the rest of my face. I like to use a colored powder like I said in my last video, but you can use a translucent powder if you like. But this one I find it makes my face look very flawless, so I like to apply that. Then for my contour, I'm using Benefit's Hoola, my other favorite, as you guys can see. And I'm just carving out my cheeks. I love bronzer, so you will see me using a lot of it, but it makes such a big difference on my face, so I always like to apply bronzer. I also like to apply it on my jawline as well. Then I'm dusting off that powder, and I just kind of like to tap it and then kind of slide it outwards, if that makes sense, like dusting it off. I love this brush, by the way. It is by Japanese. We can buy it at Ulta. And then I'm taking my MAC Give Me Sun Mineralized Skin Finish, and I like to apply that as a second bronzer just because it helps blend the contour out and makes me look tan, and I just love this bronzer. For my bottom lashes, I'm using the Lash Paradise. You guys don't really care to see this part, probably. For blush, I'm using one of my favorites. This is MAC's Copper Tone. It's a very pretty, subtle, peachy pink color. I love this color. So I'm applying that. This is one of my holy grail blushes. Then I'm taking my favorite highlight, the Dose of Colors Soulmate, and applying that on the high points of my cheeks. And I love this brush, by the way. It's by Morphe. Then going back into the Dream Street palette, I'm taking the dark brown. I always use this on my lower lash line, but for this look, I'm just using a little tiny bit. Then for the lips, I'm using NYX lip liner in Prune, and it ended up being like a straight up purple. I thought this was going to show up burgundy, but once I applied that, I was like, I can't really go back, so that's what I'm using here. Then I'm taking my ColourPop LBB lip liner, and this one also is pretty purple. I thought this one would make it a little bit better. I think because I used the purple first, it made it even more purple, if that makes sense, so my bad. For the liquid lipstick, I'm using Lorac Pro in Deep Burgundy, and this was a really pretty burgundy shade. Very, very dark, but it just ended up drying to like a purple because of the lip liners I used. Also didn't like the formula. I found it to be very wet and hard to work with, which I also explained at the end of the video as well.
Alright guys, so this is the finished look. The lip color is a little different than I imagined. I think what messed me up was the lip liner because I thought it was going to be more of like a burgundy with like hints of purple, but it was straight up purple as you guys just saw. So it kind of made my lip color a dark purple, but I don't think it looks bad. I wanted it more like this. This one is called Deep Burgundy by Lorac. This is what I used, but as you guys can see, it turned out more purple. So yeah, I really like the color of this, but I think it was really hard to work with. I'm not someone who always uses liquid lipstick. I almost never use it, but the formula was really wet and it was hard to work with. I feel like some people like that because they find it easier to move around since it doesn't dry as fast, but for me, I like more of a dry formula. Like the Wet n Wild ones are my favorite because they're so easy to work with and they're affordable. This one, I got in a BoxyCharm actually, so I didn't pay like full price for this. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed anyway. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you guys like the video and comment below if you guys want to see more makeup tutorials. Let me know. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.